Hey, you remember when the Voting Rights Act was gutted, essentially, earlier this year because this country is still unbelievably racist, specifically towards black people? Right. The Supreme Court made another very racist, specifically towards black people, ruling today, and I don't want it to fly under your radar. Here you go. As we all know, there are things in place to demand the respect of people's religious practices. Okay. In 2020, there was a Supreme Court ruling. Here was the situation. Some Muslim men refused to be informants for the FBI. So, the FBI placed them on a no-fly list. Those men said, "What, bitch?" Sued the FBI and got financial compensation. The Supreme Court said, yeah, they can, if you wanted to sue them for money, that's fine, because they did not respect your right to religious freedom. Okay. Just now, it's been years in the process. In Louisiana, there was a black man, who was doing a 5-year sentence in prison. I'm about if it was prison or jail, because a 5-year sentence, or excuse me, a 5-month sentence, you didn't really do shit. You didn't do something so unbelievable and egregious. 5 months is really not anything. If I'm not mistaken, it was a drug charge, so not a violent crime, not anything that was gonna hurt anybody else, just don't do drugs. Okay. The majority of his sentence, 4 months of it, was at one correctional facility where he had already, I can't remember his name, shit, hang on. Damon Landor is his name. So, Mr. Landor had, as soon as he was put into this first facility where he did the tremendous majority of his sentence, 5 months, he did 4 months in this facility, he knew his rights and presented his paperwork of, he had locks, he had been growing his locks for 20 years, as he is a practitioner of the Rastafari faith. They did not cut his hair, they did not make him, because there's grooming standards and shit, fine. The only thing is, it can't be past your shoulders, so he would keep it up, wrapped up and in probably some kind of hat or some scarf or covering or something. Fine, no problem. They decide, for what? I don't fucking know. To transfer him to some other facility for the remainder, the 3 weeks that were left in his 5-month sentence. At that facility, he presented the same paperwork because, again, he knew his rights to religious freedom. The corrections officer crumpled that piece of paper, threw it in the trash, handcuffed him to a chair, and shaved to the scalp his 20 years, his crown. It goes all the way up to the Supreme Court based on the same precedent that had already been set by the Muslim men who were seeking financial compensation for the disrespect of their religious freedom. Supreme Court said, today. Because if there's one thing this country is going to do, it's continue to remind black people how racist this nation is.